creating a news agenda that reflects an unbiased view of Asian current affairs without relying on external news sources. Asia Vision, Asian news through Asian eyes.
Hello and welcome to AVN, your weekly roundup of the news from around the globe. I'm Abdullah Ahil, your host for the evening. When it comes to the healing power of honey, the Manuka variety gets all the attention. But there are stingless bees that also produce what's called sugar bag honey. It's been used in First Nations medicine for thousands of years, and now researchers believe it could one day be used to combat antibiotic resistance.
Smaller than a match head, these bees are tiny but powerful. Used in First Nations bush medicine for thousands of years, scientists now say a drizzle of their sugar bag honey could be more effective than some antibacterial and antifungal treatments.
When we talk about natural products like honey, they have a lot of different compounds in them that are all working together to do different things. So it's much harder for microbes to gain resistance.
Dr. Fernandez already knew about Manuka honey's antibacterial properties and wondered whether sugar bag honey could achieve similar results. Using honey from 3 species of native stingless bees, the researcher tested the honey on E. coli, tinea, golden staph, and a yeast known as C. neoformans. Remarkably, every sample of honey showed antibacterial and antifungal activity, and Dr. Fernandez thinks the bees are behind it.
The stingless bee honey gets its effectiveness from, we think, something that the bees are adding to the honey or the way that they're processing the nectar.
Due to their small size, stingless bees only produce half a litre of honey per year. More of it is needed for future research. One way to scale up their honey would be for more people to keep stingless beehives as a hobby.
Anyone can own these bees. They're really low maintenance compared to honeybees.
If more people farmed these bees, then more of this honey could be produced, paving the way for future medical application. And while this honey has not been officially approved for medical use just yet, researchers are buzzing with excitement for its scientific potential. Ruby Ritchie, ABC News, Sydney.
The Robo League World Robot Soccer League holds its final competition in Beijing on June 27th, showcasing autonomous humanoid robots in a cutting-edge event that merges artificial intelligence with the thrill of competitive sports. As the first test competition for the upcoming inaugural World Humanoid Robot Games, the 3-on-3 humanoid robot football match will take place in the Beijing Economic Technological Development Area, widely known as the Yizhuang Development Zone. Following rounds of fierce qualifying games, 4 Chinese teams of humanoid robot footballers have been selected to take part in the finals on Saturday evening. On Thursday, teams from Tsinghua University and Beijing Information Science and Technology University hit the pitch to demonstrate their robot players' football prowess during a pre-competition training session. The finals rules stipulated that each team consists of 3 players and 1 substitute, with each match comprising 2 10-minute halves and a 5-minute break. The matchup unfolded without any help from human controllers as the 2-legged robot players accurately kicked, ran after, moved around and josted for the ball despite their slightly wobbly movement. According to Wang Yonghao, who is in charge of the operations of Saturday's competition, said the robots are equipped with sensors that enable them to nimbly maneuver on the pitch, and the rules have specified the use of colors to minimize disturbance for the competition. The fully autonomous soccer bots have been trained with deep reinforcement learning, which gives them human-like agility and enables them to better sense and react to their surroundings without the need for human control. Beijing will host the 2025 World Humanoid Robot Games from August 15 to 17 as part of the larger World Robot Conference. It will be the first global sporting event dedicated solely to humanoid robots. China's independently developed Zhuke-3 reusable rocket completes ground tests on its systems and will take its maiden flight in the 4th quarter of the year, aiming to become the country's first vertically recoverable liquid-fueled rocket, according to the rocket's developer Landspace. With a diameter of 4.5 meters and a total length of around 66 meters, the Zhuhe 3 rocket can carry up to 18 satellites per launch. Equipped with landing legs and grid fins for controlled descent, the rocket is designed to vertically recover its most expensive component, the first stage, which accounts for 70% of the total rocket cost. As its first stage is designed to be reused at least 20 times, the rocket has the potential to reduce launch costs by 80 to 90% compared with single-use rockets. Powered by a parallel cluster of 9 liquid oxygen methane engines, the first stage can achieve meter-level landing precision as 5 of the engines are capable of gimbaling. In addition, these engines a combined thrust of more than 7,500 kilonewtons, setting a new record for Chinese commercial liquid-fueled rockets. Last Friday, Landspace conducted a crucial ground ignition test of the first-stage propulsion system at the Dongfeng Commercial Space Innovation Pilot Zone near the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in northwest China. According to Landspace, the 45-second test utilized a first-stage structure that is consistent with the technical status of the Zhuhe 3's maiden flight mission and validated the compatibility among all major subsystems. Landspace is a leading Chinese private space company. Its Zhuhe 2 is the first methane-fueled rocket to be launched into space. The successful Zhuhe 3 development marks a significant stride in the pursuit of low-cost, high-frequency, and large-capacity space launches for China's private space industry. Whale researchers on the south coast of Australia are sounding the alarm over the endangered southern right whale population. Surveys have revealed that the ocean giants are calving less frequently, which marine scientists suspect could be linked to a declining food supply.
In the skies over Western Australia's south coast, an ocean search for deep-sea travellers.
So we're flying over a southern right whale mother and calf. Quite a young calf, you can actually still see its natal folds, which is really cool.
Volunteer Max Fabry is helping survey the annual migration of the endangered southern right.
That was the only one in this bay today, which is pretty unusual. Normally this is a hot spot.
Returning to this sheltered bay to nurture their newborns. He's one of a team of pilots and student researchers, now in their 5th year, recording the numbers and frequencies of the returning mothers.
See if we can find another one.
What they've learnt, along with researchers in Tasmania, New Zealand, South Africa and South America, is that since they were hunted almost to extinction, the southern right's recovery has stalled.
Oh, there's a whale here. I've never seen it here.
Southern right whales are still struggling to establish their pre-whaling population. Studies have shown that in the last 10 years, southern right whales are calving less and less, from every 3 years to every 5 years, and that's a really worrying trend.
Every week during the winter, 8 recreational pilots based in Albany donate fuel and their time to fly researchers 450 kilometres along the coast. Another annual aerial survey between Augusta and Ceduna has also recorded their numbers are flatlining over the past 50 years.
But there's less than 1,000 southern rights come to Australia altogether, and there would be probably less than 600 come to WA.
Southern right whale calving rates and their body condition are really just messages in a bottle from the south coast, and could be all manner of things, both human-made and natural processes that are just going on in the ocean now.
All the volunteers' footage and data recordings will contribute to international research. Mike Bennett, ABC News, Albany.
A new dessert called Naranciapare is created in the Antalya province, which has a wealth of natural diversity in Turkey based on local tastes. This fiber-rich dessert draws attention with its ingredients featuring a wide range of flavors from orange and lemon to carob and cone of the Akriutos drupakea, locally known as the Andits tree. Approximately 12,000 different plant species grow in Anatolia, 4,000 of which are found only in Turkey and nowhere else. The Mediterranean region is home to thousands of endemic species. Therefore, Antalya is a region rich in endemic flavors and is home to a variety of products in this field. This natural natural diversity of Antalya is also reflected in the dessert's ingredients. Producer Nebiyokir Makli describes the process as follows. Carob, andits tree cones, and juniper are added to the water. After the mixture thickens over time, it is coated with cocoa. Humanoid robot surges in popularity in recent years with a variety of functions.
Focus on the robot in the center. Can you guess what it's doing? It's actually sneezing, and its two companions reacted with surprise. These robots can even pass gas and then cover their noses in pretend disgust. Meet Wukong, a 24.5 centimeter tall second-generation robot developed in China. Its repertoire of adorable behaviors includes dancing with hot eyes. In an era obsessed with functionality, its developer created such robots to serve as goodwill ambassadors as they draw crowds and delight children wherever they appear.
悟空，悟空，做工部。
Wukong can also be voice controlled, but currently it only understands Mandarin. If you speak to it in English, 悟空，悟空, please do yoga, it won't react. These robots require an hour of charging after every 1 to 2 hours of performance. Like many of their larger counterparts, they currently operate only on smooth surfaces to avoid balancing issues. These advanced models can wave, walk forward and backward, and even perform push-ups. So, what do we expect robots to do in the future?
I mean, the robot will take care of the elderly much in the future because the population is going older and older. I think can stay with them. At least you think that there is somebody aside you to help you to get some, maybe a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and then maybe can get you a towel, yeah, and then to wipe your face, yeah, and then maybe just sit there, maybe watching the TV, have some companion. Yeah, I think this is also workable.
Wukong will join 8 other types of robots performing this Saturday at a mall in Kwun Celine Chan, TVB News.
King Abdul Aziz Complex replaces the Kaaba's Kiswa on the first day of Muharram. The General Presidency for the Affairs of the Grand Mosque and the Prophet's Mosque, represented by King Abdul Aziz Complex for the Kiswa of the Kaaba, carried out the annual tradition of replacing the Kaaba's Kiswa on the first day of Muharram. The replacement process began with the removal of the gold-threaded adornments, including the Samadiyya panels, lantern motifs, and decorative pieces fixed onto the Kiswa. The curtain of the Kaaba's door, measuring 6.35 meters in height and 3.33 meters in width, was also taken down in preparation for removing the old Kiswa and adorning the Kaaba with the new one. This annual tradition has been going on for over 100 years, reflecting a deeply rooted heritage. The new Kiswa is accompanied by a fully integrated system of services that adhere to the highest global standards. A highly trained and specialized Saudi team oversees all phases of the process, including removing the old Kiswa, detaching the gold-plated elements, and replacing the new Kiswa. The new Kiswa is composed of 47 black silk panels intricately embroidered with 68 Quranic verses in silver thread-plated with 24-karat gold. The total weight of the Kiswa is approximately 1,415 kilograms. The Saudi operational team includes 154 skilled artisans utilizing 120 kilograms of gold-plated silver thread, 60 kilograms of pure silver thread, 825 kilograms of natural silk, and 410 kilograms of raw cotton. The team produced 54 gold-embroidered pieces for the Kiswa using 8 weaving machines. The General Authority for the Care of the Affairs of the Grand Mosque and the Prophet's Mosque utilizes the finest and highest quality fabrics in the making of the Kiswa of the Holy Kaaba, selecting 7 meticulously woven materials in a legacy of care that spans over 100 years. The authority emphasized that the fabrics supplied to the Kiswa factory include plain green silk used behind the curtain, patterned black silk, plain black silk, beige cotton lining for the Kaaba cloth, plain red silk, and white cotton fabric. Patterned green silk is used for the inner lining of the Kaaba and the covering of the Prophet's chamber. The venue and tech preparations are almost ready for the final of the first Robot Artificial Intelligence or AI football competition in China, which will be held on Saturday in Beijing. The event, hosted by the Robo League World Robot Soccer League, also serves as the first test competition for the upcoming inaugural World Humanoid Robot Games. The 3-on-3 humanoid robot football match will take place in Beijing Economic Technological Development Area, widely known as the Yizhuang Development Zone. During the event, all participating robots will use AI strategies to compete autonomously, combining the cutting-edge technology with the charm of traditional sports. At present, the layout of the venue for the final has been basically completed, which can accommodate about 500 people to watch the game up close and see the robots' operating accuracy and intelligent decision-making. The official competition venue is an artificial turf 14 meters in length and 9 meters in width, which is much smaller than a regular football field. This is due to considerations of the robots' moving speed. Following rounds of fierce qualifying games, 4 Chinese teams of humanoid robot footballers have been selected to take part in the finals on Saturday evening. The teams also made their final preparations on Friday. Through 2-on-2 group simulation matches, they are constantly improving their strategies through trial and error and debugging. The robots have a total of 23 freely moving joints on their heads, chests, arms, legs, and other parts of their bodies, which enables them to achieve flexible movement and accurate posture control. Unlike traditional football, the robots use the tiptoe to push the ball in the game. Robot developers at Beijing-based Booster Robotics said that as a highly competitive sport, football not only requires the robots to have the ability to perceive the field, but also challenges their resistance to impact in movement. In addition to the basic physical conditions to be a football player, developers said that the robot also has a correspondingly large power consumption, enough to last a whole football game. To celebrate the 28th anniversary of Hong Kong's return to China, a shopping mall in Kwun Tong has brought in various humanoid robots from the mainland to host an AI sports game. As China's elite athletes prepare for the year-end national games, an unlikely squad has already stolen the show. Meet these mechanical contenders here in the arena. These 2 humanoid robots duked it out on stage, trading blows on the platform, appearing evenly matched. However, compared to real humans, they're noticeably less agile and their punches often miss the mark. Yung Pak Wing, Hong Kong's Thai kickboxing lightweight champion, say these humanoid robots are more like human-shaped punching bags at the moment and believe improvements are needed in reaction time and sensing speed. How do their human teammates rate their performance in kids' football match? This child says the robots are a bit slower and he would consider himself a much stronger player. This little player found his robot teammate pretty nice to play with, noting that it managed to block a few shots in a fast-paced game. For those who are interested in challenging them, the venue also features interactive booths, including this Gomoku game, allowing residents and travelers to engage firsthand with AI robots. The light blue-clad contestant here took second place in world's first humanoid robot half-marathon back in April, but since arriving in Hong Kong, its footwork luck seems to have faded. Meanwhile, the compact Wukong robots impressively mimic kung fu moves. The property developer owning the plaza said its shopping malls will host tailored events aligning with the city's mega events in the future, hoping to attract more visitors. And that's it for our coverage of the recent most notable feature stories from our Asia Vision network. Stay tuned for more such news on our AVN and other bulletins. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Creating a news agenda that reflects an unbiased view of Asian current affairs without relying on external news sources. Asia Vision, Asian news through Asian eyes.